Welcome back, everybody. Today's art lesson is a San Diego sunset landscape. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw that horizon line where the earth and sky touch. So we're going to draw a line just a little bit below halfway, so we have lots of sky and lots of ground. We're going to start by going to that horizon line and going just a little bit above it, kind of making this rock formation. So we're starting with some horizontal lines that go up and then down, and then vertically, and then diagonal, and then coming very, very close to that horizontal line, and then coming to a stopping point on that horizontal line. From here, what we're going to do is we are going to draw this kind of bridge line that goes across. So we're going from the rock formation and we are going to draw a horizontal line that goes across our paper, almost parallel to that horizontal line. It's probably 2 to 3 inches of space in between. Then we're going to draw another line, not even at half an inch below it, for that bridge. It's also a horizontal line that goes across our paper. Kind of getting that line correct up at the top, so going back over it and then erasing the line in the middle so I don't get confused later. Hopefully you don't have to do this twice, but just in case you do, use that eraser. All right, now we're going to create some vertical lines to hold our bridge in place, leaving space in between. We're just starting with one just so we kind of get an idea of where those lines are. Those are going to be our supports for our bridge. Okay. Underneath, right, is the water that we have. So we're creating these vertical lines. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have our vertical lines touching that horizontal line and touching the bridge. Then we are going to draw a diagonal line from that rock shape that we first started with. So we kind of cut our sky almost in half, if you will, with a diagonal line. So we can see where the colors are going to go on the left and the right. Then from the right-hand side, I'm going to draw a diagonal line down and then kind of a horizontal line across. It almost looks like a V shape, if you will. So again, I'm kind of splitting that sky into sections so I know where things are. I made a smaller V, and then I'm making another diagonal line coming across that bridge so I know exactly where I'm going to place my colors later. All right, from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that that horizontal line for the horizon line is ready to go. Then I'm going to go down and I'm going to start making my water lines slash earth lines. And I created a horizontal line that then kind of curves across and gets bigger and goes into a diagonal. Then I'm going to draw another curved Mona Lisa smirk, okay, where it starts to curve from that initial line. Then I'm going to draw some diagonal lines from the horizon line, which are going to be my water lines or wave lines that are coming in to that shore. So you should see them right now. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total. All right. From here, I'm going to draw one long one, so I have a sixth one, and it has a lot of space in between, so it looks like that wave is really coming in. I'm going to go back to my supports on my bridge, and I am going to draw a line parallel to the one that I drew earlier, making sure that that bridge would hold up in place, right? And the thing you want to remember with landscape drawings is you want to make sure that whatever you're drawing, okay, you're really thinking about size. So if the bridge is farther away, it is going to be smaller on the paper, which is what I'm doing right now. So I'm being very minimal in my lines because really what is going to be the focus is the sky and kind of this ocean coming in here, or this water wave coming in. So I'm drawing kind of this upside down U shape, if you will, for the supports on all of my lines. And then from here, I'm going to get started with color. So I showed you the colors I'm going to use. I'm going to use this dark sepia tone for the bridge in this rock shape. remembering that I have to make sure that my lines are going the same way when I'm coloring, because if I don't, it starts to look like a mismatch of color, and it starts to make your paper look flat. So the rock and the bridge shape are going to be this dark sepia. Then I'm going to go over my wave lines and my horizon line to give it this darker line. I'm also going to do some of the sand that we see that washes up onto the shore here from the water. Then I'm going over my wave lines with a dark violet or purple. So this is the bottom of that wave as it comes in. From here, I'm kind of making just a little bit of a cast shadow from those supports, and I'm adding in some purple, and now I'm going to start on the sky. So I'm starting with a blue. So whatever blue you have in your pencil box is kind of a medium blue, and what I'm doing is I am actually kind of going up and down with my lines and kind of creating almost puzzle piece shapes, if you will. So they're kind of long and skinny, and I'm going to that diagonal line that I first started with that kind of cut that sky. So I kind of know where my blue is going to end up. So there's my blue. I'm going to add the pink into those puzzle piece shapes. And then I'm actually going to go back in with a light blue and pink. So I did kind of a light blue, then I did my pink, and then I'm going to go back over it with pink again here, making sure that I'm pressing harder as I go, because as it gets closer to the middle here, I've noticed that in this picture, it's really vibrant in the middle. So I'm going to do this really pink, orange, and red. So I'm doing my orange now. That's kind of right here in the center, probably where that sun was setting. So I have this orange and pink that are blending nicely together. And then I'm going to add this kind of poppy red that I have, which is really nice and bright. Then from here, I'm going to add some yellow. And then I'm going to make sure that that orange is blended in with that yellow. So I'm kind of going back and forth between my orange and yellow to make sure that they're mixed together. From here, I'm going to add my white, and I'm going to start adding my white in, kind of cutting across on the right, and then I'm doing it above my rock. I went back with a purple, and I'm going to add my purple to my rock and kind of my support beam shapes so they're nice and dark. From here, I'm going to add that purple into the sky on the left-hand side, because I noticed that my sky was a little bit darker than just the blue, so I'm going back in with my purple to make sure that I really kind of enhance it some more. Then going back in with the pink on top of that kind of blue and purple to make sure that I am kind of enriching those colors all together. They blend nice and well. Pressing harder because I've now decided on these colors that I'm satisfied with them. Really, you always want to make sure that you press lightly to make sure that you like what's going on, and then go back over as you need to, pressing harder as you like it more. So decided to add some more yellow to that kind of horizon line shape, putting the pink back into the orange and red so it blends nice and well, so it looks like it's just a fade in. Now I'm going to get started on my water with some pinks here, remembering that water does reflect. Okay, so I want to make sure that whatever color I used in the sky, I'm also reflecting it in those waves and water, okay? So I'm going back in with the pinks, then I did a little bit of blue, the orange, and red, making sure that the colors are aligning with my sky, kind of looking back and forth to make sure that I am mimicking what happened in the sky, but remembering that water doesn't reflect everything, especially when water is moving. So I'm just making those basic kind of line shapes because water is splicing into that reflection. Then I'm going back in with the pink kind of on the sandy water here, then with the orange. And then I'm going to start putting some white in for that foamy wave look. So it looks nice and kind of soft and smooth as it comes into that shore. Remember that you are not a camera, okay? You are not a camera, meaning you are interpreting what you see in your picture. So this is my interpretation of this picture. So I'm adding those white into that reflection and from the sky, then coming back in with my purples to darken those shadows, then adding some more white here. And this is what you guys should start to have as you finish up, okay? From here, I'm going back in with my reds and oranges to finish up anything that I need to. For the bottom of my sand, I want to make sure that I am going to end this corner well. So I'm going to go back in with my purple, remembering that my lines all have to go in the same direction. So I'm going back and forth in a diagonal. And this is what you should have by the end of it, guys. Congrats. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.